All right, to get started, first download the zip file I've attached below this video. That's the backend for our app. So when you unzip it, you're going to see a Node project like this. Now, don't worry if you're not familiar with Node. You don't have to know Node to be a React Native developer. So open this project in a separate VS Code window because we're going to run this side by side with our React Native app. Now we go to our terminal window and install the dependencies. That was very quick because we have very few dependencies here. Now look at the config folder. Here we have different configuration settings. So let's look at the configuration settings for our development environment. We have two settings here, assets-based URL, which determines where our assets or images are served from. So here we can see the IP address of my machine. You need to replace this with the IP address of your machine. Don't use localhost, it's not going to work, okay? The second setting is port. This is the port of our web server. 9000 is kind of a unique port, so it's very unlikely that you have another process running on this port. If you do, then you need to come back and change the port here. Just remember, if you change the port here, make sure to update it here as well. All right, now to start our server, we type node index.js. Okay, so my web server started on port 9000. To verify it's working, open up your browser and head over to localhost port 9000/API/listings. So here we have a bunch of listings. These are all stored in memory. So our backend doesn't really have a database. It's a fake backend. I chose to implement it this way because it's a lot faster to get up and running. So you don't have to set up MongoDB and a bunch of other stuff. So remember, if you restart the server, you're going to lose the data you have created, okay? All right, our web server is ready. Let's move on to the next lesson.